Everything begins with a vision. And vision, when left to drift in the wind, turns into chaos. The powerful understand this better than anyone. They don't just move, they move with clarity, precision, and an unwavering eye on the finish line. Most people are trapped reacting to the moment. They handle life like a pinball machine, bouncing from one decision to the next, reacting, adjusting, and hoping. But power doesn't play that game. Power plays chess, not checkers. It sees 5, 10, 20 moves ahead and bends the future to its will. If you want to master power, you must learn to plan all the way to the end. You see, life is a battlefield disguised as routine. Every encounter, every conversation, every opportunity is a potential turning point. And in those moments, it's not always the smartest person who wins. It's the one who's prepared. The one who saw the pattern before it unfolded. The one who didn't just act, but acted with foresight. There's a confidence that radiates from someone who has thought everything through. They're not shaken by surprises. They don't panic under pressure. Because they saw it coming. The problem is, most people hate to think that far ahead. They say it's too hard to predict the future. But that's an excuse. The truth is, it's not that you can't see the future, it's that you haven't trained your mind to look for it. Planning all the way to the end isn't about controlling everything. It's about preparing for everything. It's about imagining the best-case scenario, and the worst. It's about laying out a path and calculating every fork in the road before you reach it. So when others are scrambling to figure out what to do, you're already on move 10, cool and collected. There's something powerful about that. In a world where most people are short-sighted, impulsive, or paralyzed by the unknown, the one who plans is like a prophet. They move differently. They speak with certainty. They take bold actions, not because they're reckless, but because they've rehearsed every possible outcome in their mind. That's not just confidence. That's strategy. And strategy is what separates the powerful from the powerless. But understand this, planning to the end doesn't mean rigidly clinging to a single path. It means having a destination and a map. It means knowing your final objective so clearly that no distraction can pull you off course. The map can change. You can take a detour, avoid an ambush, or adapt to a new threat. But the destination? That stays locked in your mind like a secret weapon. When you know the end goal, decisions become easier. Risks are weighed against rewards. Emotions don't cloud judgment. You stay focused, alert, and lethal. Power lies in anticipation. You must think like a general. Visualize the battlefield. Who are the players? What are their moves? What are their weaknesses? Where are the traps? What happens if you succeed? What happens if you fail? Most people make a plan for what they hope will happen. The powerful plan for everything. Hope is a weak strategy. Certainty comes from preparation. Think about how many people achieve success only to lose it all. They built the castle, but they didn't fortify the walls. They chased the prize but forgot to secure it. They never thought past the win. That's the curse of short-sightedness. You can have talent, ambition, and opportunity, but without foresight, it's all a house of cards. One strong gust of wind, and it all collapses. Planning all the way to the end protects you from that collapse. It's your insurance policy against chaos. It guards you from the ego trap, the belief that you've arrived. The powerful never believe they've arrived. They know every success is just another battlefield. They know victory has enemies. The same hands that lift you up can pull you down. So they stay ready. They keep the plan moving forward. There's something almost surgical about this mindset. It requires discipline. You must detach from emotion. You must resist the temptation to act on impulse. You must slow down when the world is speeding up. That's not weakness, it's control. And control is the root of all power. The person who controls the pace controls the outcome. That's why planning to the end is not optional. It's essential. Look at history's great power players. Every one of them was a master of long-term thinking. They didn't just want the crown. They wanted to keep it. They didn't just want to win battles. They wanted to win the war. Whether it was business, politics, war, or influence, the game was the same. Plan deep. Anticipate threats. Shape the battlefield before the enemy even arrives. Because when you're 5 steps ahead, you're untouchable. Let the others get distracted by applause. Let them celebrate prematurely. Let them chase every shiny object. Meanwhile, you're working in the shadows, setting pieces in motion. While they burn out, you'll still be moving, still be calculating, still be climbing. That's how empires are built. That's how power is sustained, not by chance, but by design. But here's the hard truth: planning all the way to the end can be lonely. People will say you're cold, overly calculating, too serious. They won't understand the level you're thinking on. Let them talk. Power isn't about being liked. It's about results. And the ones who see further than others are often misunderstood. You'll have to get comfortable with that. Because when your moves are guided by vision, not validation, you'll move in ways that others can't comprehend. Remember, every moment you delay planning is a moment where life plans for you. And life is ruthless when you're unprepared. The world doesn't wait for you to figure it out. The world rewards those who show up with a blueprint. Those who already know the ending. Those who aren't surprised when the storm hits, because they built a shelter long before the clouds rolled in. Start with the end. Every project. Every mission. Every decision. Begin by imagining the outcome. What do you want? What do you fear? What are the obstacles? What's the backup plan? Who can help you, and who might betray you? When you start to see every layer, you begin to operate on a different frequency. That's where power lives, not in noise, but in clarity. And when it's time to move, move with intention. No second guessing. No scrambling. Your actions should be precise, your presence undeniable. The world will feel your certainty. They may not know what you're planning, but they'll feel that something powerful is coming. Because real power never stumbles. It flows with purpose. It commands the room without a word. And what happens when you reach the end? You plan again. Because power is not a destination, it's a rhythm. A way of thinking. A lifestyle. There's always another layer, another level, another game to master. The minute you stop planning is the minute you start losing. Stay sharp. Stay ahead. Plan all the way to the end, and then some. This law isn't just a tool. It's a mindset. A philosophy. A way of seeing the world that few ever master. But if you do, if you truly internalize it, you'll move through life with a kind of quiet dominance. You won't need to shout. You won't need to prove anything. Your results will speak louder than any words. Because power planned is power preserved. And the one who controls the end, controls everything.